All right, let's talk about something that stops so many people in their tracks. Starting a business when you feel like you're at square one. You've got no genius idea, maybe you feel like you don't have any special skills. Well, today we're going to completely demystify this. We're going to break down a super simple framework that might just change how you think about all of this forever. Let's dive in.
First things first, we have got to bust a huge myth right out of the gate. So many of us are taught to believe that you need some kind of revolutionary lightning-in-a-bottle idea to even have a chance. But you know what? That is just not true. Honestly, it's a mental roadblock that keeps so many amazing people on the sidelines, and we're gonna clear that roadblock right now.
So this whole journey, it really starts with a fundamental shift in how you think about money. We can call it the financial freedom equation. And it's not about being cheap or pinching pennies, it's about opening your mind to new possibilities. Now look at this because this is so important. Think about it. When you're saving, you can only cut so much, right? You cut your subscriptions, you stop buying coffee. Eventually you hit zero. There's a floor. But earning? There is no ceiling. There is literally no limit to how much money you can earn. And that is where the real power, the real freedom is. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Earning more isn't something that just happens to you. It's an act of choice. It's something you decide to do. You know, with just an internet connection and a bit of curiosity, you have all the tools you need to radically increase your income. It's not about waiting around for a 3% raise. It's about going out and creating value yourself. Okay, so if earning more is the goal, how in the world do we actually do it? Well, the answer is in this beautifully simple business formula. Seriously. It's so straightforward, it just cuts through all the noise and intimidation you usually hear about business. Forget everything else you've heard. Forget the complicated business plans, the spreadsheets, all of it. At its absolute core, a business is just these three things. You find a person, you identify a really painful problem they're dealing with, and you offer them a solution. That's it. Person, problem, solution. It really is that simple.
And the order here is absolutely crucial. You have to think in this exact order. See, most people do it backwards. They start with a solution, a product, and then try to find someone to sell it to. No, you start with the person. Who is it that you want to help? Then you get deeply curious about them. What's a painful problem in their life? Only after you understand that do you even start thinking about the solution.
And doing this, it requires a real shift in your thinking. Most of us are trained in the employee mindset, right? We wait for someone to tell us what to do. The entrepreneur mindset is totally different. It's proactive. It's constantly scanning the environment and asking, what problem can I solve here? Where can I add value? And let's just crush this I have no skills idea once and for all. It is a total myth. If you have a job, any job, your employer is paying you money right now to solve problems for them. You already have valuable skills. And for anything else, you can learn incredibly high-value skills like marketing, video editing, or AI automation literally for free on places like YouTube. The barrier to getting skilled up has completely disappeared. Okay, so we've got the formula down. Person, problem, solution. Now for the big question. Where do we find these painful problems that people will actually pay us to solve? Let's get a little strategic. If you take one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this. This is the ultimate cheat code. Focus on helping other businesses. Why? Because if you can show a business owner how your solution will help them make more money, it becomes the easiest sale in the world. They will happily pay you for that. So what kind of problems are we talking about? Well, think about it. Every single business, I don't care if it's a local coffee shop or a giant tech company, is always thinking about a few key things. How do we get more customers? How do we make our website work better? How can we save time and be more efficient? These are evergreen problems that businesses will always pay to solve. And the best part is, you don't have to be a genius to figure out what their problems are. You just have to ask. Seriously, take a local business owner out for a cup of coffee. Ask them what's keeping them up at night. People love to talk about their challenges. Your market research can literally be just shutting up and listening. So, you've done some listening, you've brainstormed, and now you probably have a list of a few potential ideas. But this is where people get stuck in analysis paralysis. How do you pick just one to start with? Well, let's use a super simple framework to decide. Just look at this grid. For every idea you have, you're going to ask 3 simple questions. First, do I like it? Am I actually interested in this? Second, can I actually help? Do I have the skills or am I willing to learn them? And third, and this is the most important one, will they pay? You might love the idea of being a fitness trainer for college students, but they have no money. But videography for coffee shops? They need content and they have a budget. That last column is your reality check.
Okay, and here is a massive, massive pressure release. I really want you to hear this. You are not marrying your business idea. This is not a lifelong, till death do us part commitment.
Instead of marrying it, you are just dating your idea. And that's it. You're going to give it a 3-month trial run. Your only goal in those 3 months is to validate the idea by finding just one person who will pay you to solve their problem. That's the entire goal.
And that brings us to the final and honestly, the most important part. All the formulas and frameworks in the world mean nothing without this. It is time to stop planning and start doing. It's time to get that first customer.
I'm going to be blunt here. This is the #1 reason people fail. They hide. They build a perfect website. They design a logo. They write out their services, all without ever speaking to a single potential customer. You absolutely have to get out there and talk to real, live human beings.
So what does that actually look like? Well, it's pretty simple. Start with people you already know, friends, family, old colleagues. Then literally walk down the street and talk to local business owners. And here's the magic offer. Hey, I'm just starting out. I'll solve this problem for you for free. All I ask is that if you're happy with the result, you give me a good testimonial. This takes all the risk away for them and gets your foot in the door. And through it all, just keep listening.
You cannot overestimate how powerful that first client is. They are your proof. They are your confidence boost. They give you a testimonial, a case study you can show to others, and maybe even referrals. Getting that first yes isn't just one win. It's the key that unlocks the entire game.
So there it is. Person, problem, solution. It's a simple formula, but it is incredibly powerful, and it's something anyone can use starting today. So you have the framework, you have the action steps. The only question left is the one you need to ask yourself. Forget the perfect idea. Just look around. What problem will you solve first?